On first down, Archer. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
Hey, yo, go. Zoom, fellas, let's go.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now here's Mahomes, and this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check 9. Watch twins. 15.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Will Fuller, 65 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Come on, let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Down. Go out. 30 base.
They begin with a run by Davis. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line. Hey.
They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
A first down carry for Davis. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
49-yard line.
Ready.
Check 52's the mark. I'm here all day.
On second down, Davis. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though, and it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw a little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though, and you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 37-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll run on first down. It's Davis. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. This one caught by Ridley. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On third down, Davis. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
On second down now, Archer. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 49 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. On second down, Archer trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Mahomes going to throw, and he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Joey Bosa able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run with Davis. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. From the gun on 3rd down, Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is Archer. He won't go down. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it's the best possible spot to begin a drive. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do it.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Set, ready? 18 Gators. Hey, Alpha.
Watch twist. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Be driven.
On 1st down, Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 81 yards as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, 15.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Mike. Yeah.
On 3rd down, Archer. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. To throw again on 2nd down, Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
At the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ready. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen with Davis. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Number 34. A gain of 4 yards. And a first down, Chiefs.
Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. On first down, it's Davis. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second down now, it's Davis. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Jones now from the gun on third down. And he's got his man on the out route. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
First down, Kansas City.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
That's the way.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That's going to be a long day. Bofo's the mic. Mike Bofo. Watch the shot.
From the gun on third down, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. Past the 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Hey, exit.
Jones throwing on first down. And he hits the tight end. It's Davis. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now Jones on first down. It's caught by Davis. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Davis. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. That's to his running back, complete. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Where's 52? Block 52. 52.
On 4th down, Jones. Looking left side, and it's complete. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Kansas City.
Jones heading up here 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. They go back to the ground now with Davis. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
You ready?
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set 18 Gator.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
5.
And he will find complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
We got trips over here. Trips over here.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
We got 3. Check out 3.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. Completes it to Davis. And they'll get this down to the 10. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down.
#52's the mic right here over there, right? #52's the mic.
Christian travel.
Kill.
On 2nd down, it's Davis. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. It's out time, guys. It's out time.
On 4th down, Jones. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
I don't need to. There's a line.
53, Mike 53.
Ricky, right.
They'll run on 1st down. Archer. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. J.J. Watt. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Jones throwing on 4th down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This will be fielded at the 6.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On 2nd and 9, Jones firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
80 weapon. Wide, get wide. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Mike 52. Seam 7.
Now Jones operating from the gun. And he will find Ridley on the left side. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Kansas City.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
Loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Their season ends here. A tough way to go.